Dear students of 8th standard, let us see some of the questions for SA1 exam revision in science subject. The first main question includes MCQ questions. In your SA1 paper, only 40 marks the questions will be asked, and it is for 1.5 hours. The question paper pattern will be having 4 MCQ questions, 4 1 mark questions, and 4 2 marks questions, 4 3 marks questions, and 3 4 marks questions. There may be some variations like 4 marks questions. Out of that, one can be converted into MCQ questions. So this is the way how the question paper will be set. The first main question will have many MCQ questions. The first question, let us solve for the practice purpose. The group of elements which contain at least one gaseous nonmetal is. Let us see which are the elements given here. Sulfur, iron and copper. Sulfur is a solid metal. Iron and copper are solid. Sulfur is a solid non-metal. Iron and copper are solid metals. B option has gold, silver and sodium. All are metals and all are solids. Chlorine, calcium and carbon. Chlorine is a gaseous non-metal. Calcium and carbon are solid non-metals. Phosphorus, iodine, calcium are the solids. Calcium is a metal. Phosphorus and iodine are the non-metals. So the option to select here is C, because chlorine is gaseous non-metal which is there in the group. Now let us see, force of attraction of the objects to the earth is called as the gravitational force or gravity. Third question, the non-metal phosphorus is stored in water because it is highly reactive. You cannot keep the phosphorus open in the air. So B, it catches fire if exposed to air. It is less reactive in water. It is not to be selected because it is non-reactive in water. It is very highly reactive with acids. So it is not related to the statement here. So we have to choose a option which is very perfect. The B option is it catches fire if exposed to air. That is the correct option to be selected here. The fourth question, the property of the aluminum metal which is used to make food wrapping paper is. The aluminum metal can be beaten into thin sheets. So the property of beating the metal into thin sheets is nothing but the malleability. So the option B is to be selected here. Fifth question, the material which cannot be recycled among the following is. You have to go for the selection of the material which is going to have less melting point and which can be melted. Plastic toys can be melted. Cooker handles are made of bakelite. They cannot be melted because they are thermosetting plastics. So it cannot be recycled. C option says plastic chairs. This can be recycled because they melt. Plastic water bottles, they also can be melted. They are recyclable. So the option to be selected here is cooker handles. Sixth question, select the acts which lead to afforestation. Now let us see what is afforestation. Afforestation is nothing but increase in the number of plants. or growing trees or increasing the area of the forest. Now, which are the methods given here? Acquire the land for cultivation of crops. If we take the land and cultivate only one kind of plants, like if we grow the crops, there won't be afforestation, it will lead to deforestation. B option, by building houses and factories. So for building houses and factories, we cut the trees. So it will not lead to afforestation. It is against the statement. Making furnitures using recycled plastic. So if we use the furnitures like chairs or whatever the iron materials, plastic ones, they will use the materials which do not come from the wood or anything related to the forest output. So we don't cut the tree if we use a furniture made of recyclable plastic. So this statements fits to the statement because by using furnitures of recyclable plastic, we don't cut the tree, so it will lead to afforestation. D says that by mining of ores in the forest area, by mining ores, we lead to deforestation, not afforestation, because we cut the trees. So A, B and D will lead to deforestation. They decrease the forest area, they cut the trees. Only the C is selected here because it leads to afforestation. Seventh question, the microorganisms which is used in the production of wine, alcohol, bread is dash. The options given here are bread mold. Bread mold is a fungus which grows in the decaying bread. Aspergillus, it also grows in the decaying food material. Yeast is used in the bakery industry. It is needed to make the dough very much soft and tasty, because yeast produces the different vitamins also, and it converts the dough into a very soft material. So it helps in the bread production. Yeast also helps to convert the starch into the other products or sugar into the other products, like it can convert the sugars into alcohols, ethyl alcohol. So it is used in the production of wine and alcohol. So yeast is the correct option. Mushroom is another fungus which grows in the decaying materials, foodstuffs. But mushroom is eaten by the people. Some of the mushrooms are edible, some are poisonous. So the correct option here is yeast. Eighth question, the characteristic of the synthetic fibers which is not correct. Let us see. They are durable. They dry up quickly. They are more expensive. They are easy to maintain. Which is incorrect statement we have to select. As you know, nylon, terylene, they are very cheap cloths. So they are not expensive, they are cheaper. So C option we have to select because it is incorrect related to synthetic fibers. As you know, cotton, silk, they are very expensive. Synthetic fibers are very cheaper. They are durable also. They dry up very quickly and they are easy to maintain. They don't need ironing. So these are the properties of the synthetic fibers. Now, ninth question. The product of petroleum which is used as the domestic cooking fuel. Domestic means it is used in the homes for cooking purpose. So here you can select very easy question. LPG gas is the domestic cooking fuel. Petrol is used in the vehicular fuel, and bitumen is also used as the tar. It is used to produce the coal tar, etc. And it is also used to produce the insecticides and the paints. 10th question, let us see. Find the incorrect statement. Some chemicals can be used to remove the weeds. Yes, weedicides are there. If we spray these weedicides, weeds will be killed. Chain pump is a modern method of irrigation. No. The modern method of irrigation are sprinkler method and drip irrigation. Chain pump is the old method. It is a conventional method. Manure enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. Yes, the organic manure will increase the water or dampness in the soil. So it helps in water holding capacity of the soil. It is good for the healthy soil. Chemical fertilizers kill the eco-friendly microbes. Yes, by using chemical fertilizers like phosphatica or the urea, superphosphate, etc., some bacteria or fungi will be killed by the drastic change in the acidity or the alkalinity of the soil. So we may lose the eco-friendly microbes which are otherwise help the plants to grow healthy. Next, 11th question. Identify the contact force among the following. A is a bullock cart carrying a big load of wood. This is the mechanical force. So this needs to be having some contact between the source of the force and the effect of it. So source of the force is bullock's mechanical force and big load of wood will be dragged. So it is contact force. A bar magnet attracting the iron nail. Even if we keep the bar magnet some centimeters away from the iron nail, there will be the attraction. The iron nail moves. So there is no contact needed. Non-contact force is there in the magnetic force. C. The plastic straw rubbed with paper repels another straw which has been rubbed with the paper. So if a straw is rubbed with paper and the another straw is kept near the same, they will repel each other because they are having the same charges. Same charges repel because they have the electrostatic force with them. D. The planets revolve around the stars. The star word is missing. There will be the gravitational force which acts between the planets or even between the planets and the stars, and also the things which are there on the planets, they are also attracted towards the planet by the gravity, such as we are able to stand on the earth because of the gravitational force of the earth which is acting on us. So that is, there is no contact which acts between the planets and the stars. They just revolve around far away from each other. Still they attract to each other. That is the gravitational force. It is not a non-contact force. So A should be selected as the contact force. 12th question. Which of the following metals is the group of most reactive metals? We know that in the reactivity series, potassium, sodium, calcium, they are very highly reactive. Potassium symbol K, sodium symbol Na, calcium symbol is Ca. The A option is correct. After these three metals, we know that magnesium, zinc, aluminum, iron, lead will follow. Even after them, very least reactive metals are such as copper, mercury, the silver Ag, copper is Cu, mercury Hg, silver Ag, and the gold Au, last platinum Pt. So if we group the metals which are very known to us, well known metals, first three are potassium, sodium, calcium. They are very highly reactive. Medium reactive are magnesium, zinc, aluminum, iron, lead, etc. And least reactive are copper, mercury, silver, and gold. You have to keep these in an order in the reactivity series. 13th question. One of the following is chemical fertilizer. Let us see the list. Biomanure, rhizobium, urea, and compost. Biomanure is a biological product. It may contain the microorganisms such as some bacteria and the fungus. They are put into the soil so that they will increase the population of the microbes to fix the nitrogen or phosphorus or some other minerals. They are not exactly the manures, but they contain the microbes. Rhizobium itself is a biomanure. It's an example for a biomanure. Rhizobium is the name of the bacteria, but the same bacteria is used as a biomanure. So the name of the biomanure is rhizobium. Now when you put biomanure, rhizobium, into the soil, it fixes the nitrogen. It absorbs the nitrogen from the air and fixes it into the soil, increases the fertility of the soil. Urea is a chemical fertilizer. It's a chemical compound which is produced in the factories. So it is a chemical fertilizer. Compost is nothing but the decayed plant or animal waste products such as cow dung or dried leaves. They are put into a pit and it is allowed to decay or decompose. After some time we will get a dark colored powder which contains all the minerals in it in the dissolvable form, that is called as compost. 14th question, let us see. The property of the metal that can be drawn into wire is called dash. So this is a straight question, that is ductility. Ductility helps the metals to be used as the electric wires. And also electric wires have another property, that is electrical conductivity. Malleability is another property by which we make the thin sheets of metals. For making the door sheets and making the vessels, ornaments, we use this property of the metals. So let me conclude here this part. We will continue it later. Study well for your SA1 examination. Best of luck.